jobs because I think we're going to need them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's like 6 brands out here that all want to be the best. If more people are like you pushing the education thing, I think we'd all be better off.
Well,
so,
I thank you
good
for
job being a
helping
leader.
us do that. Thank you so much.
Cool. All right, thanks for stopping by. Always a pleasure. Love seeing you at the races. And Sean, you got to thank her for the diploma, bro.
Yes, thank you for all the help so I got my proper education.
All right. Nice transition here as we go to our 50cc class. This is what these kids might be wrestling with in a few years if they're good enough where they really got to get to the crossroads and make the decision to go for it. Here are your standings heading in to our final moto. Big thanks to Mrs. Lieb here. Hayden Degan working on some history right now, trying to go 1-1-1 and sweep it or at least lock down the title. Be careful. 2 moto wins, but not much room to spare because Casey Cochran has a pair of seconds. So any mistake from Degan will open the door for Cochran. There's Josh Woods at GPF right now. They put the plan together, GPF and On Track, building a schoolhouse at the Georgia practice facility. That's a really cool thing, but honestly, in my opinion, that's an idea that's overdue. That could have happened a long time ago at any of these places, and we hope to see more of that. Honestly, to me, it kind of lowers the bar of entry to the sport. That's a huge decision to make. I'm sure it was a tough decision for you, your family, Sean, and anyone else to say, okay, if we're going to go and ride full-time, at age 16, which is when you need to do it, how is this going to affect everything else? If everyone makes it that much easier to make that decision, you'll still be able to get your education. That won't be a problem. Maybe that many more people want to participate in the sport in general. That's a tough thing for people to deal with, and it takes some stress out of it for them.
Absolutely, because we all want our dream to come true and everything, but sometimes things happen, and you would love to have that proper education if something does happen to you.
Here we go. Oh, we got a pile up, man, before they even got the first turn in this 51-7-8. Hope everybody's okay there. Is Degan down? We're trying to figure out if Degan was one of the riders that was down. That is Hayden Degan on the left side, the number 38. There are 2 riders left in the first turn, and he is one of them, and the motorcycles won't start. This is a disaster as they're trying to prevent the bike from getting flooded. I cannot believe this. All right, they're trying to explain what they're doing here by lifting the motorcycle up, Sean.
They're trying to unflood the bike. It could have been upside down right now, so they're trying to get some gas into the carburetor so he can get the bike started and take off like he is right now. So
here we go.
He has some work to do.
Woo! So one rider still doesn't have his bike started, and I think I see another rider sitting on a hay bale right now, so that's going to put Degan in 40th or so. Meanwhile, Julian Balmer has your Bell Helmets Whole Shot Award, and we're going to put the radar out for the likes of Casey Cochran and Daxton Bennick. They were 2nd and 3rd in the points coming in. Wow.
I feel like this only happens at Loretta. This is because of the 3 motos, so that's what just decides, our overall champion.
All right, we're going to see what Hayden Degan is made of. We know he's an amazing rider. We saw some incredible things in the first 2 motos, but this is going to be an all-time epic effort for him to try to dig it out from a big first turn crash. I mean, they couldn't get the bike started. He is way back. Meanwhile, Julian Balmer trying to take control of it. Cochran's on a Cobra, number 60, so he'll be pretty easy to pick out. Look at this lead. We're watching Degan right now, trying to dig for it. You don't see anyone with him. We got a replay. Watch this. Woo! This was our leader. Unbelievable. No, that was our leader. So that's not Balmer in the lead now. That was our whole shot winner, Balmer, and he went. That is as head over heels or heels over head as you could possibly go. Did you see that, Sean?
That was crazy. That's just justifying how big these braking moments are right now for these 50s. Went into that, just swallowed his front end and made him flip over the handlebars. And
so Balmer goes down, and the benefactor is Daxton Bennick, and Casey Cochran is in 2nd. That's not what Hayden Degan needed to have happen. We're watching Degan right now. Look at that, cutting across, finding lines as he tries to make up ground. Hayden Degan in about maybe 39th place, something along those lines, is going to have to put in a miracle ride because Bennick is the leader. He has a 6th and a 3rd. Cochran, 2-2 going into this moto, and 2nd right now would have 3 second-place finishes. So here's the problem. Degan he doesn't just have to come through the traffic. He's going to have to get right behind Cochran to win this thing. He'd have to get to third at this point to win it.
Yes, right now he's at a 1-1-40. He is in 40th place right now. We'll just break him just into the top 10 for the overall. But we know that he doesn't want that coming in with the 1-1. And, you know, for the other riders, for Daxton Bennett and Casey Cochran, this was the best possible thing that could happen for him. You know, not necessarily him going down, but having problems in the first turn. And they're able to open it up and try to make the best of it.
All right, so Degan has to go from 40th to 3rd. He's caught the tail end of the field now after that big first turn crash. A couple other riders going down. Now, what I want to try to figure out is how far track-wise he is. Where are our leaders? He's into the 10 Commandments. And there to the Rocky Mountain. There is Daxton Bennett. I see him on the number 3. And our producer, Jason Hooper, saying about 46 seconds off of the lead. Our third place rider was 5 seconds back of that. So he would have to make up about 40 seconds to try to get to third place. I believe a 1-1-3 would do it. Would a 1-1-3 do it over a 2-2-2? I would do it.
Yes. Yes.
He's got to get to third, and he's 41 seconds. Yeah, Cochran takes the lead, and then it's over. Then Degan would have to beat Cochran straight up. But Daxton Bennett's got plans right now. I see him on the number 3, KTM, checking out. The Orange Brigade rider, 6th in that first moto, could be costly. He cannot overhaul Cochran for the title just by winning this moto. He has to hope Cochran has troubles. And Cochran is back there consistent in the number 2 spot, heading over the tunnel jump and in front of the billboards.
Yes, Bennett has a 7.5 second lead right now over Cochran. So, you know, that's more or less in Hayden Deegan's favor. So we're going to see what Hayden Deegan's able to do around this lap. How many passes that he's able to make in just one lap. Because I know he's had a pretty big lead over, you know, I guess the top 3 guys have had a pretty big lead over the rest of the field. So he could potentially come into third place.
Oh, this is going to be so fun to watch. Unless you're part of the Degan camp, this is not fun at all. Degan's coming around the sweeper turn in front of us, the beach, making passes. Let's see, in about a minute, we'll have him through the finish line, and we'll know exactly how many passes he made. And the other problem working against him is these are 15-minute motos. He needs the full 20 to make up ground. Degan just came through. Let's see where he is. I don't think he's even into the top 20 at this point.
He's in 34th.
Oh, man.
But, I mean, he was pretty far behind the lead pack. So, you know, he was making up some time, but it was quite a bit before he was able to get to any other riders.
Pretty cool story here with Daxton Bennett, your leader. KTM hosted an Orange Brigade training camp for their riders on the East Coast about 2.5, maybe 3 weeks ago. Let their riders for the West Coast, for example, get to ride on some East Coast dirt under the tutelage of the great Nathan Ramsey. And Daxton Bennett and his dad actually hosted a lot of the riders at their private track in North Carolina. So it was a good opportunity for everyone at a private track to put in all the drills and all the motos they needed. And Daxton himself has certainly benefited from that, trying to get this moto in. So you're watching Degan slicing through traffic, making passes. He's in the 10 Commandments. Hayden Degan trying to dig this out.
So, like, right there, you know, if he's able to do that in every turn or every other turn, he just passed 2 riders going through the GoPro 10 Commandments, and that's what he needs to do. Just keep charging and keep looking forward.
Oh, airing it out is Hayden Degan. And we saw this kid's not afraid to jump. He did that massive tabletop triple. It's a tabletop that has 3 knuckles on it, I guess.
So it'll be a camelback.
Camelback? Is that?
Yes.
Thank you. People are listening saying tabletop triple. That doesn't make any sense. All right, camelback. He got all the way to the end of it one time in the second moto. Can he pull that out of his back pocket? Nothing to lose right now for Hayden Degan. Another lap down for Daxton Bennett and Casey Cochran up front. Christian Janik has climbed to 3rd ahead of Moon Garrett's and Logan Best. So Janik, the 3rd place position, everything on the line there. That's where Degan would have to get to win the title. He's got to get on the podium if things stay where they are. Cochran has proven consistent, solid in 2nd on the number 60 Cobra. And Bennett getting away with the lead. It's Cochran right now, though, that would control the championship. Yeah, we need to get a camera on Brian Degan. Can you imagine how insane he is going right now, cheering his guy on? As your leader, Bennett, is into the 10 Commandments. Whew. Get that guy mad.
That's Skankhead.
I'm worried. Is he going to take me out?
No, he's a great guy. You guys need to go visit him down there. They are cooking up some great food.
Oh. He just wants to come in and shake hands. Can I shake your hand? Oh, you're good. I'm not scared. All right, here we go. Daxton Bennett continues to lead. Let's get our update next time around. Degan has gotten to 27th. 8 passes on that previous lap. But time is running out. These are 15-minute motos, and we are 8.5 minutes in. So we are past the halfway mark. Degan is headed around the Yamaha Mechanics area, still making passes in bunches. He got another 2 riders just picked off in this section alone. Another rider down. Looks like everybody's okay. I'll tell you what, this one is going to be a race we talk about forever if Degan can make it happen. The time that he came from last to 3rd and dug out a championship, but it is not going to be easy. He's on the long short shoot now, of course, on the number 38.
And he's in 27th now.
Yeah,
so
I think
40th to 34th to 27th. Let's see if he can keep it up.
I think I saw 2 or 3 riders already that he's passed. Here comes another one. I mean, he's just blowing by dudes. But as you've probably experienced, it is easier to pass, you know, from 40th to 20th, say. The further forward you go, the faster those riders are, the harder they are to eat up.
Yes, and the bigger the gap gets from the top riders in the class. So, you know, we're looking at the leaderboard right now from 2nd to 3rd to 4th. They all have about 6 seconds in between them. So as soon as he gets up into the top 20, he's going to have a little bit more work to do.
Yeah, and then there's a couple of gaps. You know, let's look at, say, 13th through 21st, or 13th through 19th. They're all only about a second or 2 apart. So there's some gaggles of riders, but then after that there's a 4-second gap between Jesse James Parker, who's 19th, and Evan Woody, who is 20th. That's going to be hard to make up.
And then 12th and 13th between Owen Koval and John Carver, there's a 6-second gap. So he has a lot of work to do.
Can you feel the tension up here, Wes Kane? Can you feel it?
I felt it down on the first
You
turn.
felt it down in the first turn area. Trying to start that bike. Every second counts. Wes Kane was down there, eagle-eyed, getting the scoops for us, breaking the news. Not easy for Hayden Degan in this position, but Daxton Bennett riding brilliantly out front. Has the fastest lap time of the moto with a 2:25.6. Cochran, about 5 seconds back in second, doing what he needs to do to try to go 2:22. Can Degan get into the top 20 this time around? We'll see.
Well, we've seen him make about 3 or 4 passes right now in the opening turns, in the opening corner. So, you know, with the rest of the lap, he should be able to finish breaking into the top 20. But right now, Daxton Bennett's just out in the lead and just checking out. You know, he has a 6-second lead, and, you know, he's still consistent with his lap times, just playing it smart. And, you know, unfortunately, he had that bad first moto with a 6, or otherwise he would be in this title contention as well.
Degan is 7th overall right now, 23rd. So he got to 23rd. Time is starting to run out. And I have to wonder, we made all the jokes about pit boards and these kids being too young to read and all that stuff earlier, but this is serious business. Does Cochran even know what's going on? 2-lap card is out already. 15-minute motos, those are the rules, and those are the breaks. Degan trying to put in a miracle ride. I think the really costly situation here, Sean, was the bike wouldn't start. It got flooded.
Yes.
Had he gotten up in the back of the field, this might be a different story.
Correct. You know, that was the biggest problem. I don't know
Daxton Bennett, our leader, the bike has cut out. He's on the side of the track, and it's done.
And he knows it's done. He just takes his goggles off, maybe gave it a few kicks, but that was it. And just disappointment right now. You know, it's so hard to see that for these kids right now, doing everything right, and just, you know, the bike having a little bit of a problem.
He had the moto win. He had a 5-second lead, and I don't think Cochran was trying to go after him because he didn't need to beat him to win the title. Now, Daxton Bennett wasn't going to win the championship, but he would have loved to have gotten that gold moto medal. It doesn't affect the title as far as Cochran against Degan.
Right, like it makes it harder for Degan now, though. That's the only thing.
Yeah, he's got to get the second now. Man, Daxton Bennett, what a heartbreaker. This will be one of those years where the results, when you look at the program, the vault, the Hall of Fame, not going to tell you the story at all. You're going to see Daxton Bennett. I don't even think he'll be top 10 overall the way this ends up. He's going to go 6'3" DNF. And Degan, he's just trying to even be top 5 overall at this point when he appeared to have the championship locked down. Unbelievable. Here's Degan. We're watching him on RacerTV.com. He's in the beach turn. Unbelievable.
Well, I mean, that does help Degan right now. That was a pass for him as he comes to the sweeper. But that's not going to help him really against Casey Crocker's the overall because, you know, he really needed Daxton Bennett to be that separation for him.
Shout out to Casey Cochran here, who is in the tree turns. Number 60 on the Cobra out of Tennessee. Now in position to go 2-2-1. Looked like a 2-2-2 was going to be good enough, and he was riding smart bike problems for Daxton Bennett. And now Cochran is in position to grab a gold moto medal and win the title, airing it out on that little Cobra, wheeling through some of the rough stuff. Good little ride for him. And
Hayden Degan's in 21st now. So just it's getting a little bit tougher as he's getting up higher into the pack like we were talking about. You know, these guys are spread out a little bit, and the riders are getting faster, you know. Potentially just being in his line for him be able to double through the GoPro 10 Commandments or any other of the big jumps that he wants to hit.
Yeah, and even if he does double through some of those sections, he might get to other riders who are doing it too.
So here come Casey Cochran goes to the sweeper, just ready to go in and take this championship. And there our leader is Casey Cochran coming over the finish line right out, taking the win and the championship. So I'm not even sure if he knows what's going on. He knows that he got a moto win, but I don't know if he knows he got the overall.
That appears like it's going to do it. Casey Cochran, and icing on the cake, gets the moto win as well. This is not false advertising, folks. When we say anything can happen here at Loretta Lynn Ranch, especially in the third set of motos, that's what we mean. And they'll be talking about this one for a long, long time. The pride of Matt Walker's Moto X compound, Casey Cochran, going to take the title right here in his home state of Tennessee. What an effort by Degan. And by the way, heartbreaker for Daxton Bennett. He wasn't going to win the title by winning the moto, but a moto win would have still felt really good. Probably was good enough for second overall. We're watching Degan coming across now. Time's up.
Yes, trying to make another pass before the finish line, but it looks like he's not able to do it.
Let's see where he got on the final tally. We'll find out here in just a second. I think it's going to be good enough for top 20. 18th.
Yes.
And that will be 5th overall. A 1-1-18. And that's just what happens out here at the ranch. But I got good news for all these kids. It's a 50cc class, plenty of years ahead of them. Careers aren't being decided in the 7 to 8 division. Cochran, Bennett, Degan, they'll all be back. They'll have plenty of chance to prove themselves and get some championships in the future. But right now, it's gone Casey Cochran's way. He rode smart. He rode consistent. He's got the title. We'll send it to Wes Kane in just a moment with our podium and championship celebration. That's the heartbreak shot right there. You've seen Degan and Bennett in the same shot. Bennett walking off, motorcycle misfired, and Degan a first turn crash. Top 3, Cochran, Janik, Logan Best, James Clough, Moon Garrett's your top 5. Wes Kane, once they've got this all sorted out, you can take it down at the podium.
All right, down here on the podium, 51cc 7 to 8 limited, finishing third with a bronze medal, the 47 of Logan Best. Come on, guys, let's hear it for Logan Best. Logan Best, great job out there. Tell us about your race.
It was good. I mean, I didn't get really a good start, but I managed to charge through the hard stuff, and I just ended up getting out third.
Tell us about that first turn carnage. How'd you avoid that, or were you caught up in it?
I had to avoid some kids, but I managed to get through it without crashing.
Who do you want to thank?
I want to thank Troy Design, Brewer Cycles, Forever United Apparel, JWTF, CD, Bell, Elusive, and 100% Dunlop, and my mom and dad, and everybody whoever helps me. Thanks a lot.
Congratulations out there, guys. Finishing third with the bronze, Logan Bass. Now for a silver medal, come on up here, Christian Janik. Congratulations, Christian. You're going to get the silver. Come over here a little bit so we can see you on RacerTV. Tell us about your race.
Yeah, I had a bad start. Worked my way up. Track was rough. So.
What's it mean for you to win this silver medal down here at the ranch?
I don't know.
Who do you want to thank?
Mom, Dad, Allegamore Sports, Bauer Helmets, Sky Goggles, Liat, 7, JMS Racing, Sandbox Kings, Power Band, and everybody I forgot.
All right, guys, round of applause. He's going to finish second in race number 3 of the 51cc 7A. Give it up for Christian Janik. And now with the whole shot, let's have Julian Balmer up here. Julian Balmer. Where's Julian Balmer at? Come on up here. He's going to receive the Bell Helmets Whole Shot Award. Come on, guys, put your hands together. Congratulations. We'll have you come right up front so we can see you on RacerTV. Great job out there. Tell the whole crowd here about your whole shot.
Like, the start was everything for me, because the first two motos, I haven't had good starts, and I've had to battle a little bit of the pack. So I just tried to get a good start and whole shot.
Who do you want to thank?
I'd like to thank my mom, dad, Champ Factory, Bud Racing, Pax Racing, RXR Protect, Thormex Official, and everybody else.
Congratulations out there. Give it up for Julian Balmer, your Bell Helmets Whole Shot Award recipient. And now from Arlington, Tennessee. You want this? What do you want? You can have that. Thank you, Miss Jen. Now, your champion of the 51cc 7-8 Limited from Arlington, Tennessee. Give it up, guys, with the gold medal, Casey Cochran. Kip Bigelow with the #1 plate. You hold that up. Give it up, guys. Casey Cochran, you had to come through a little adversity, major injury. You were able to ricochet back and win this championship. Tell us about what it took for you to come up here and win this championship.
Well, I trained hard coming here with Matt Walker, and I just got a good start and won it.
How does it feel now that you're holding that #1 plate?
It feels really good to be holding this one plate, and it's good.
Tell us about some of the good people helping you out.
My mom, my dad, Lake Hill Trackside, Moto Rex, Moto X Compound, Radimax, Brop, Liat, Answer, 100%, Roost, Bell, Dunlop, Cobra, and everybody else. Thanks.
Now you have that big station wagon to put all this stuff in and take it back home. Are you pretty happy about that? And tell us why.
Yeah, I'm happy about that too, so it's good.
Congratulations, Casey Cochran. You are the national champ here in our 51cc 7-8 Limited. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for Casey Cochran. And back to you guys up in the skybox and the RacerTV event host, Jason Wygant, and Sean Hackley.
We got gummy bears, water. We are locked, stocked, and loaded. Big thanks to Lindsay up here in the tower. Thank you, Wes Kane, for handling that 50cc podium. I'm sure it was quite emotional down there for Casey Cochran to get that championship